Hi everyone, my name is Gabriela from TulipArt Designs and you are welcome back here on my creative channel where I'm showing you watercolor sketching ideas, tips and tricks, different techniques that can help you fill your free time with something more joyful, something that can bring you definitely a lot of fun and you will have stress-free time for yourself. Today we are doing another watercolor sketch from our 100 watercolor sketches in 2025. We are making a banana leaf, but this time we are doing something different. A nice and fun watercolor background. We are making a mess. We are definitely having fun, so let's just start. Before we start with drawing our leaf, I want to show you the supplies in case you are new here. I have a watercolor sketchbook and I use cold press watercolor paper just because of the texture. Some watercolor paints. I have my Mary Blue just because I love them, but you can use the watercolors you have at home. I have two different sizes of a watercolor brush, 10 and 4, and I have a drawing pen which is water resistant with me, which means that when I add watercolor on top of it, it will not bleed. I have a Jelly Roll white pen in case I want to add some highlights in the end. Then a heat gun to speed up the process, which is very helpful, especially when I'm filming. Then a towel, some clean water, and I have my clips here, so you could see how this page just keeps moving around. Well, this is why I have my clip, so it will stay flat. Today I wanted to do something different, something more interesting, so I will start with a watercolor background and I will just try something more messy. So I will just put a little bit of water and I will use my hand to make a nice splash. And if you are part of my Patreon, then you know I just like color splashes. So that's even the name of the Patreon tier that you can join there. Now, if you have too much water, we can pick up a little bit of it. We don't want to have a puddle. We just want to have a nice wet surface. So I try to lift some of the excess water with a towel. Paper towel is also fine. You can use your brush like this, so make sure it's clean, and then you go and pick some paint and dry it on the paper towel. Not paint, you pick up some water. There's no paint yet. Because we don't want to have puddles, so the paint can move around very nice. Then I will grab some of my green gold green and I will start throwing in some paint. I don't know what exactly will happen. The only thing I know is that the paint will go only where I have water. So I start throwing in water and I just enjoy how it moves around. So you could see that here it just didn't bleed a lot just because I had a water puddle. Like also here. So when you have a water puddle, it holds the pigment and it just doesn't move around. What you can do is just dry your brush and lift some of that water there. So I am drying it and lifting some of the excess water that I have. Like this. And we can keep adding some more. You can also move the paper or the page of your sketchbook to see how it will move around. You can look from the side. I have a few drops here, so I am just loading them with a little bit of paint. Also here. So you can move around and you can see how this paint is moving. You can add more pigment if you want. And if you see that it starts drying, you can just stop adding, because then you will not have the soft edges and the technique will be just wet on dry, and then you will have hard edges, which is not wrong, but it's just something different, something that we don't need right now. Here I have some nice little drops, so I'm just adding paint to them so we can see them. Don't be scared if the paint gets darker, because watercolor tends to dry lighter. Okay, and if you have big puddles, what I'm doing, I am drying my brush. You can make a nice pointed tip and get some of this extra water that you have here so it can dry faster. Now when I'm ready with painting, I will make it dry. If you don't have a heat gun, you will need to wait for this to dry. You will ruin your pen if you start drawing right away on the wet page, so we have to wait now. Okay, now that this is dry, we can start drawing our banana leaf. The outlines are on my Patreon, and if you are a member there, then you are already drawing it. So if you didn't do that, you can go check it out. I will link it below the video. Now we can start drawing, and I really want you to focus on your breathing and just not thinking about all the details. And it's just for you. So if you you know, sometimes have a thoughts that you're scared of the end result. I want you to just get all these emotions, make them, you know, just smash them and throw them away. Like, you can physically do this with your hands and start sketching, okay? And then you focus. And if you have the template from Patreon, then you just follow the lines, add some details. The details are different length lines. They also have different distances. And then we also have the middle huge vein. And some details also here. And maybe a few lines there. We can keep going. And we can add as many detail lines as we want, okay? And if we want, we can always go around and add thickness to the outline. Maybe we can add a few detail lines here. Like this. A little bit a thicker line here on the side. I really like the sketchy style, so I'm just shaking my pen to make these perfectly imperfect lines. Okay, that's all about it. To make my leaf pop up, I want to add a little bit of highlights. So I will go around and just next to the black lines, I will add some white highlights. So I start next to the ink line, and when I have a detail line, I go to the center. So it's like a T-shape detail lines, but then a little bit curved. I can also fill my center here, the center vein, with white, so it will pop up. Like this. And then we can do the same on the other side. And you can definitely turn your sketchbook. I am just keeping it in one direction now so you can see what I'm doing. But if you feel uncomfortable, you can turn your paper. So it's easier to draw. Okay. Okay, just like this. I think that's quite a nice leaf. I think that's it, and we are done for today. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you liked it and I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Consider subscribing to my channel so you will not miss any of the coming videos. And if you need the outlines, the templates are available on my Patreon. It's just $5 a month, so I'm sure you can enjoy a lot of stuff, and these $5 will be worth it to spend. I think that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.